right, you're right, you're right. People love to be right. How many of you want to sell more products? How do you grow a business? Top line, move the top line, sell businesses.
I don't want to waste more than 5 minutes on $3,000.
The question is, what if I want to monetize my content ideas?
It's going to be a great product and a great service. You don't need to go prove it.
I've doubled my business in the first probably 2 months of the program.
Before the program, I was struggling to find leads and really build my network marketing business. Now, since being in the program, I'm number 16 right now on the leaderboard in my company with hundreds of thousands of promoters.
Hey, welcome to our Friday mentoring show. Welcome, welcome. Jared Glant here. Good to have you guys here. We got a bunch of people joining us around the world.
98% of you said that you'd do the group again. Would you do the group again?
You guys need to be here at the next GrowthCon and take advantage of the mentor group. Just an amazing, life-changing experience.
The big thing about this group I want to tell everybody is the people I've met. I've expanded my network so far already, I can't even explain to you. I was in this little shell.
Welcome to the good life. Welcome to the Cardone Zone. My name is Jared Glant, and this show is called Young Hustlers, where every Thursday, either Grant or myself, we come here and we help you understand what it's going to take to get that young hustle to grow up into some adult money, some real money. And no matter what age you are, the young hustle lives inside of you, as long as it's being fed. So today, I want to talk about the good life and how to get it, how to live it. The good life is easy to live, folks, but it is hard to get. You know, this is something last night I was going through and I was thinking about. I had such a great day yesterday. I worked out in the morning, and I've been traveling a whole bunch, so I haven't been working out and excuses, whatever. But I worked out in the morning. I came in. I had a super productive day in the office. Went after work, met my wife and my baby boy. We had a quick meal, and then we went and played golf, and then came back and put the baby down, and then my wife and I got to hang out and watch TV, just hang out, like have some alone time, because I've been traveling a whole lot, so we haven't really, gotten to see each other a whole lot. So it was good spending some time with the family. And I look back and I was walking the dog last night. I'm like, man, the good life, beautiful Miami, waterfront picture. I'm walking the dog in our backyard at our building, I guess. And I was like, man, dude, this is how fortunate am I? How grateful am I to have such an amazing life now? At least it's getting there, right, in my mind. But I look back and I'm like, man, this has been 8 years of work. It's been a lot of hard work to get here. And, I think it's really easy for people to follow somebody on Instagram or to, go down and open a magazine or, go on the internet somewhere and see the fast cars and, the watches and the girls and the trips and all this stuff, and you get a little disillusioned. I mean, like that stuff doesn't come easy. For some people it does, and they're just the outliers. The people that are born into money, which you never really know. Like, half of these people that you follow online right now that you look at, dude, they were born with money. I'm convinced of it. Like, I'm just like, hey, 50% of these people, like, their parents had money, they had opportunity that was created for them, they didn't do it on their own. I'm not being negative, I'm just being real. Like, the majority of people that have money today already had money. So for those of us who aren't like that, like I wasn't like that, I didn't have money or opportunities, like I wasn't like underprivileged or at risk by any means, but middle class, like that was my opportunity. Like, we weren't dead broke every month. That was my opportunity. That was about where it ended, though. So if you are like me and you're in that situation where you're like, hey, so I don't have this big, huge sob story. I wasn't a drug addict. I didn't get beat up. I didn't go to jail. I didn't get robbed. Like, if you didn't have like some circumstance or situation and you're just like, hey, how do I get the good life? How do I get from where I'm at to this life that in my mind I want to live? And I feel like I'm somewhat qualified to talk about it because others may view where I'm at as like, hey, that's an awesome destination. For me, it's like, I'm in the second inning of the ball game right now, right? Like, it's this like lifelong process that I know is going to happen. But it's because I understand that the good life is easy to live, but it's not easy to get. It's hard to get. And I want to give you today in today's show a few points that really help me like get into the mode of building the good life, building the life that you dreamed of. And one of the first lessons that you have to learn, and if you want me to answer any of your questions specifically, thanks, Natalie, call the show, 305-865-8668. Love to chat with you. Love to have you as a guest on the show today. Number one thing, and I'm going to talk mostly about like mindset changes that you have to apply today, because this really is where it starts. Number one is you got to understand the value of doing work and not seeing results from it. The delayed gratification thing. This is probably one of the most paramount traits, virtues, values, ideas that if you're going to be successful, you have to understand. Like, you have to be willing to do a week's worth of work to get like a second's worth of gratification out of it. Does that make sense? Like you have to be willing to do a lot of work front loaded to get where you want to go. It's like, you can't get a six-pack in a day. You can't, knock a tree down with one swing of an axe. It's just not real. So you got to be prepared for the work that's to come. I was working out this morning and I was like, man, I want to create a course that's like the 7-year success program. I wonder how many people would buy it. How many people would buy the 7-year success program where like you knew that if you paid 15 grand for this program in 7 years, it would be successful. I don't know how well that would sell because it's such a long runway. Like 7 years, people be like, man, that seems like forever from now. But like, that's really like, it's going to take most people 7 to 10 years to build what they want. So you've got to understand that the work you're doing now, they're deposits that you're making in that future that you're trying to build. And you've got to get on board with that now. And you've got to find little tricks that you can put in your life that actually help you kind of manage that. I'll give you an example. Grant has these little tricks that he does, and they seem like nothing, but they mean something significant. So one thing, for example, he always leaves food on his plate. It's like a mental note for him. He leaves probably a third of the food on his plate almost every time he eats. And he does that to remind himself that there is no scarcity. It seems bizarre, but it's like a little trigger like that reminds him, hey, look, if I'm hungry later, I can go eat later. I don't need to overeat now. He also does this trick with Diet Coke where he won't drink Diet Coke unless it's out of a can because he doesn't want to settle for things. So these little tricks can make such a big difference. When we get back from the break, I'm going to give you my trick for delayed gratification. This is Young Hustlers, and we're talking about the good life.
This will be our third fund. It's a $40 million fund. So we're giving people a chance now to say, hey, I want to be involved in big, giant real estate deals that pay money. These are deals that are doing anywhere from 160 to 200% returns. You put $1 million into a deal and you're coming out with $2 to $3 million, but it's going to take 10 years. This is not get rich quick, okay? If you're taking notes, write this down. Don't do the get rich quick, man. Go for the get rich for sure. I don't need to get rich quick. I want to get rich for sure. So I'm going to go from 4,000 units. How many do you think I should go to? I'm going to go to 40,000 units. This is what I'm going to do, and this is why I'm going to do this. I'm going to go to 40,000 units, and I'm going to get the whole world involved in it. You're either going to invest with me, or you're going to actually help me raise these funds. Okay, so when you see me on social media talking about other stuff, anything that you see me talking about, what I'm doing is building an audience so I can allow people to get in a vehicle to where everybody gets rich. Because let me tell you something, if you want to make happy customers for life, make them money.
Facebook campaigns, security, payments in place, ad serving,
I want you to have an experience that you will never, ever forget.
Wealth Dynamics believes everyone has the God-given right to own their potential. Most of us don't because we spend 40 hours per week serving the 40-year-to-life sentence, trading our precious time for worthless paper called money. We live on an economic planet and time and money do need to be exchanged, but it doesn't need to be your time or your money. We teach our clients to secure income-producing assets that make the time and money exchange for you so you can buy your freedom back and live a life of abundance and prosperity. To get there, we must know how to make money, how to keep it, and how to multiply it. Wealth Dynamics provides coaching, education, accountability, and community to help you build wealth. Join our coaching program, get educated on the Wealth Dynamics University, and begin networking with the Wealth Dynamics Mastermind Group today. To get started, go to wealthdynamics.com. Introducing the fastest growing e-commerce platform in fitness, gymfoodstore.com. Brought to you by Harvard-trained MD entrepreneur and specialist in rehabilitation and regenerative medicine, David Carley, along with Zoe Bedford, experience in distribution and product development. Gym Food Store is your online marketplace for nutrition and sport supplementation. We give you access to the most effective products and nutrition, all while providing expert reviews and user education. Gym Food Store is here to help you identify and validate product selection so that you are not wasting money or time on products that are simply subpar. Learn more at gymfoodstore.com. That's gymfoodstore.com right now.
Wax on, wax off. That's what Miyagi said. Wax on, wax off. And old Danielson, dude, he didn't understand what he was doing. He thought he was waxing a car. Next thing you know, he's like, ka-cha, ka-cha, cha. And dude, he's doing karate, you know? Karate. And that's what it's like when you understand delayed gratification. You're not looking for the immediate reaction from that. You're not actually taking something from that right away. You know, when I started investing in real estate with Grant 5 years ago, I had no idea where it was going to go. I was just like, man, this guy knows a lot more than I do. He's rich. He's got a crazy, awesome life. I'm just going to trust him blindly. And, not blindly, because I could see a lot of success around him. Like, man, I'm going to do this because I feel like it's the right thing to do. And dude, I gave that money. I didn't see anything coming back hardly. I didn't even feel it. Like I was getting checks for like $500 a month. I didn't even feel it. Put another 150. Dude, I'm getting like 500, 750 back. Yeah. So I'm starting to big investments out into this real estate stuff, and I wasn't seeing anything back from it. But I knew because I trusted my mentor, and that's the second point that you need to understand if you want the good life, is you have to find a mentor that you can trust. Like you've got to find somebody that knows how to navigate the road to get where you want to go, and you can use their experiences, their successes, their failures as a way to prevent you from making those. So I could have gone out and started trying to buy real estate on my own. I probably would have bought bad stuff. I would have bought at the wrong time. I would have paid too much. I would have had problems and issues. I would have had unforeseen this, unforeseen that. But I just trusted my mentor. When Grant started teaching me about sales and negotiations and about how to build something, like I'm learning all this stuff and like I don't understand it, I don't know it because I've never done it before. Just like there's a lot of things in life that you're going to try to do that you've never done before. So the way to shortcut that is to find a mentor that you trust. Right now we have a program, it's our ambassador program. We're almost at full capacity for the ambassador program for this year. The purpose of that program is to coach people. And so they get access to Cardone University, they get access to a weekly call with Grant or me or somebody from our team. And every week we're moving through, we're sharing successes, we're trying to create community, we're giving people a network that they can bounce ideas off of and get connected with success-minded people. I was saying this on the call last week, like you're in a community right now where everybody is pushing for wins, everybody's pushing for success, everybody's pushing for more. If you take one step outside of that ring, the likelihood of you finding somebody that's negative, somebody that's going to criticize you, somebody that's going to spread their negativity all over you and try to crush your dreams, the chances of that happen multiply exponentially. Because we are creating a community of people that are like-minded, that are working towards a goal. And dude, there's deals that are happening in there. Last year there was relationships that came out of there. You know, hey, like it's a network, right? Good place to get connected. So you've got to find somebody that you can trust. I trust GC. I trust GC for a lot of things because I think that he's a great example of how to be successful in a lot of different ways. And then there's some things that I have other mentors for, like people that I follow for other reasons, like the things that Grant's not an expert in. Like I follow other people for that. So I'm trying to create my little circle, small circle, not a lot of people, 2 or 3 people that I like follow and listen to, so that I'm not getting all these mixed messages and stuff, right? So you've got to understand that, like, no matter what, if you want to go big, the amount of deposits and the amount of investment that you have to make, the time that you have to commit to it, dude, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. Like, I don't know how to tell it to you any other way. There's no shortcut. So if you think that you're you think that it should be going much faster than it should be, make sure you're connected with a group of people that understand this first thing, delayed gratification, that understand how long it takes to actually get something to fruition. Because if you ask the wrong person, hey man, I've been doing all this stuff for like 3 or 4 months and working all this and studying and like learning and working long hours, like I've been doing all this stuff and it's just not really panning out yet. If you ask that question to the wrong person, they're gonna tell you, dude, why are you doing all that? That's stupid, that's dumb. The only person that gets paid when you do that is the person who owns the company. That's why you gotta have good people around you. So you've got to understand the value of doing things without getting any return. You know, a great way to practice this, I was talking about little tricks, just offer to help people. Say, hey man, what's one thing that I could do for you that would really help you out right now? Like right now, selling tickets to our event is really important to us. So like, if you are out there and you're wondering, hey, how can I help you? Dude, help us sell tickets for our event. That event's going to change more lives than in one single like 3-day event than probably any event on the face of the earth. I know because I'm putting the talent together. And I know because I'm putting the speaker list together and the artists that are performing. I'm doing the whole, I'm putting together the whole thing right now, and it's gonna be freaking unreal. I know what else is out there. I know what events people put on. This will be the biggest, the best, and the most impactful event that anybody has the opportunity to attend. And you have the opportunity to participate in that. You can help us. Sell tickets for us. Like, I don't need you to be like, hey man, how can I help you? Like, the way you can help me is to help us sell tickets. That's how you can help me right now. So I like, don't create a problem for people when you offer to do stuff for them. But these one-way deposits are super important. This guy that works with us, James, he's really good at that. Like he makes one-way deposits sometimes for years with people until that day comes where they're like, hey man, I have an opportunity for you. So if you can build those little things in, like, hey Johnny, man, what can I do to help you out? Oh man, well I got this situation with my car. Can I ask your advice on it? Yeah, man, I'd love to help you out. Johnny. So like, number 1, delayed gratification. Number 2, find a mentor you trust, somebody who has been where you're going. If they haven't been like where you want to go, like, don't follow them. Like, if they don't have something in excess that you're looking for, whether that's knowledge about sales, knowledge about marketing, knowledge about finance, knowledge about investing, knowledge about taxes, knowledge about relationships, like whatever that thing is, health, knowledge about health. Like, don't have a personal trainer that is overweight. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Don't have a personal trainer that doesn't have like the body you would kill for. That doesn't mean they know everything, but dude, like, it means that they know a little bit of something. And then you got to start filtering through. So there's a lot of people out there that look like they can give advice because of where they're at, but like, make sure that they have the credentials to back it up. Number 3, this is important. So number 1, delayed gratification. Number 2, find a trusted mentor. By the way, if you want to get involved in our ambassador program, go to grantcardone.com/ambassador. You get Cardone University, you get coaching, you get a ticket to GrowthCon in a premier section, and you get access to a weekly private Facebook group for networking and connection. That's $9.95. We've got probably 60 or 70 seats left in that, and we want you to be a part of it. When we get back, I'm going to go over the last couple points here to help you get on your way to living the good life. This is Young Hustlers. Welcome.
You're right, you're right, you're right, you're right. People love to be right. How many of you want to sell more products? How do you grow a business? Top line, move the top line, sell businesses.
I don't want to waste more than 5 minutes on $3,000.
The question is, what if I want to monetize my content ideas?
It's going to be a great product and a great service. You don't need to go prove it.
Today, the convergence of technology and imagination has reached new heights, which are reflected in the advancements that we see in every area of our lives. Over the last couple of years, AI machines have made their way into our homes, the battlefield, our workplace, and even into our hands in the form of smartphones with voice recognition. Digital assistants for the home represent an opportunity if you know how to take advantage of them. That is where Nico's Computer Engineering comes in. Tim Clark brings you the latest news about the most up-to-date strategies to position yourself in the digital landscape, finding a path to productive business applications and how to automate them with artificial intelligence are just a few of the topics we cover in our weekly segments.
Nico's Computer Engineering is here to find a unique solution for you.
Growing your future, protecting your past. J.D. Frost & Company, PLLC, is a public accounting firm. Offers a variety of assurance and tax services to businesses and individuals in the Chattanooga and surrounding areas. We focus on construction and manufacturing industries. Our primary objective is client satisfaction through excellent customer service. Work with the best. We are accredited by the BBB. This is J.D. Frost & Company for a full suite of tax assurance and management accounting services. Visit us right now at frostcpas.com.
The more comfortable you get with yourself, the less scary it is for people to actually see you.
We all know as parents that there's nothing more powerful than a mother's love. And how can I be that extraordinary parent for my kids?
And how kind we are to each other.
The more that you love you, the less you care if others love you.
The idea is to really just choose to be with yourself.
The challenges and the struggles and the frustrations and the self-doubt and insecurities can often keep us from living. We can master our lives from the inside out.
Based out of Jacksonville, Florida, this family-owned husband and wife team of realtors is there to serve you, track every process step by step, get you from contract into your new home or out of your current home sold and on the market. Chad and Sandy Newman will take you, market your home, and make sure that you will receive the best customer service ever. They're going to sell your property above market value in 30 days or less. With over 12 years of experience, this team is there for you. To learn more, go to chadandsandy.com. That's chadandsandy.com right now.
Don't know nothing about what you're talking. Hey, everybody, welcome back to Young Hustlers. We're talking about how to get the good life and what it's going to take for you. So look, we've covered 3 things already. Number 1, you have to practice delayed gratification. You gotta like understand this is gonna be painful in some cases. Like it's gonna be painful for you to understand this delayed gratification thing. And you gotta find tricks that you can do in your life that help you build the discipline, because most of this stuff is discipline. It's not like something you do once. It's something you have to develop the discipline to do over time. So like I said before, the good life is easy to live, but it's hard to get. The difference between the gap of living it and getting it is work and discipline and commitment and consistency. And you got to fill that gap in with all those things so that you can actually pull that good life towards you. So number 1, delayed gratification, wax on, wax off. Number 2, trust a mentor like my man GC. You want him to mentor you? Sign up for the ambassador group, grantcardone.com/ambassador. Number 3, this is really important, dude, you got to ignore what's going on around you. Like social media has a way of sucking people in. It's terrible for me. Like what I try to, if I didn't have to use social media, I wouldn't. Right? But I have to. And I don't even use it the way I should. Right? Like when I go in, I need to post, and I need to leave. Like that's it. Because when I start looking at other things, my mind starts going all over the place. Oh, look at this person. They make it look so easy. Oh, look at this. Man, am I working too much? Man, is all that stuff really important? Man. Next thing you know, you're all spun up in your freaking head. Like you got to put the blinders on. You know when they get those thoroughbred racehorses, they put the blinders on them for a reason. Because they just do you. Like put the blinders on. Like your situation is different from other people's. Like you may have talents that other people don't. And other people may have gifts and talents that you don't. You cannot compare yourself to other people. You need to be self-aware enough to take an assessment of where you're at, the things that you're good at, the things that you need to focus on, and then you need to put the freaking blinders on. Get a plan in place and put the blinders on. Along the way, I had so many people say, you're working too much, you're doing too much, why are you so committed? Oh, this 10X thing, like blah, 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 blah. Yeah, you want to see the checks I just got? Bro, that shit works. Your thing that you're doing ain't working because you're still doing the same thing that you were doing 8 years ago when I started my deal and you were talking all that shit. So you gotta bring in those blinders and get laser focused on this. I promise you, like that 7-year success program, it's the truth. Like you can go, I went from in debt to millionaire in about 4 years. I couldn't feel that because it was in value of real estate, but like now I'm 8 years in and now I've got multiple millions. I'm cashing money out. I'm moving it around. Like things are happening now. So like if your time horizon is this week, dude, you got the wrong expectation. It's like showing up and thinking you're gonna win the marathon and you've never even been to the gym and ran on a treadmill before. Like you're gonna gas out fast. It's like picking up an axe and thinking you're gonna swing it once and the tree's gonna fall down and you're like, man, that didn't even do anything. And you're gonna hit it again. You're like, man, that still didn't do anything. And then like next thing you know, like you're making progress. But you got to keep swinging that axe, chopping that wood, son. Chop, chop, chop. Let's see. I got one more thing that I want to cover, but let's go to some callers and see if we have any incredible questions from our amazing callers. Who do we got?
I got Lauren in St. Petersburg.
Lauren in St. Pete. Thank you so much for listening to the show, the podcast, the Facebook stream. What's your question today for the viewers?
Hey, Jared, what's up?
Hey, what's going on?
How's it going? Great show today, man.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, of course. So, number one question I would say is, what's one thing, vitally important you tell us viewers today about, keeping that vision in line and what keeps you motivated every day?
Well, that's a great question, Lauren. Thank you for asking that. So like the way that you keep focused on it is to keep reminding yourself of it. Like that's why you're writing your goals down every day is so important. Because throughout the day, you're going to have ups and downs. Like I had a freaking awesome day. I was so happy. I was like, dude, that's my ideal day. I wish I could do that every single day yesterday. And then like a week ago, I may have had a terrible day. Like what's the difference? Like it's 7 days. Like what's the difference in those 7 days? The difference is focus. The difference is direction. The difference is having targets. The difference is, spending time to like actually like visualize where you want to go and where you want to be at the end of all of this.
Yeah.
You've got to stay connected with that. Like if you can't stay connected with the reason why you're doing something, then it's a lot easier to just quit. Like if and so like some people their motivations are different. Like that's why people that end up in these kind of like extreme situations sometimes do so well and they have so much success because they get backed up against something that's so painful and that's so like devastating that they have two options: either completely succumb or go the opposite way and use that as fuel, like to never want to be there again. Like people that live in their car, they're like, dude, that will never happen to me again. What happened to me was I was broke. I was on unemployment. I knew that like, because I had had a little taste of success before, I was like, dude, I can't even, like, I'm worried about my car payment. I'm worried about food. I'm worried about like, if something comes up and happens, I can't pay for it. Like I never want to feel that way again. That's part of my motivation is like, dude, I never want to go back to that point.
I love it. I think that's a big problem people have today is I love your point about how people conform. I think that's the problem with 95% of the people, and just so many people live, because really I believe, let me know if you agree, because success is really all a game, and so many people live like that in lack and scarcity, and that's all they focus on because they don't know how to master their mind and their thoughts. So you're awesome, and I appreciate you having me on today.
Yeah, thank you so much, Lauren. I appreciate that. It's interesting she said that success is like a game, because it is. But the difference is the game's different for everybody. So if I'm watching a football game being played and all I've ever played is basketball and I go try to play the football game, I'm going to lose. That's why it's important to keep your attention on your own game. Because like maybe you don't want to have Grant Cardone's success. Maybe you want to have the lifestyle thing. Maybe the like, hey, I work 4 hours a day, or I work 10 hours a week, and I make enough money to pay my bills and fund my lifestyle and maybe have a little bit of money left over. Maybe that's what you want. Like, I'm not here to tell you what you want is right or wrong. What I'm here to say is that if you get distracted from the thing that you want and you start looking at other people, you're going to get further away from what it is that you want, and you're going to start going after what somebody else wants. Their rules are different, their games are different, and all it'll do is it'll make it more difficult for you to get what you truly want. Thank you for the call, Lauren. Let's go to the next caller.
You got Justin in New Jersey.
Justin in New Jersey, what's happening?
Hey, what's going on?
What's going on, bro?
I'm doing good, man. I love what you're talking about, Jared.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate you listening to the show, calling in. Grateful for that. What's your question today, my man?
Yeah, I just had a question because, well, not really a question so much, but a comment about, like, you're talking about this delayed gratification.
Yep.
And, you're right on point with that, because this is like the process that, that I'm understanding that's required, you know what I mean? And that doesn't that also include, like, being patient with some of the results, but you could still take massive action even though, you got to be patient through the process.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's why the second piece is so important. It's like the trusted mentor or the trusted mentor or the groups or the masterminds or the community that you're able to build around yourself of people that are all going to be positive, supportive, and working towards the same goal or target. Like, that's why that stuff's so important, because then they all understand it. Because if somebody doesn't understand, like, there's a good percentage of people, like, you can't really actually fathom the size of this, but there's a good portion of people that don't want to do better. Like, they actually don't want to do better. And so if you want to do better and you're sick of your situation and you want it to change, and you talk to somebody who like they don't want to be better, they're okay with the same. Like it will be like poison in your face, on your hands and your body, like acid that'll just eat away at you. That's nasty, right? So yeah, man, it's the truth, man, and you got to practice that. You know, it's like I was watching Les Brown. Somebody sent me a quote, or I forget where I came across it, but Les Brown was talking about this bamboo tree, and it's like a Chinese bamboo tree, and it takes 5 years to go to actually sprout up out of the ground. But once it, and I could be telling this a little bit wrong, so I just apologize. Once it pops up out of the ground, it takes like 15 days to go from the size it was to 50 feet tall.
Right, like the surge, like that's the surge.
Yeah, so it's like did the tree take 15 days to grow, or did it take 5 years to grow? And that's it, and it's such a clear illustration of this, like, dude, you're watering and you're investing and you're caring for, because that's what it takes to make these bamboo things grow. And like you're doing all of this work for years and years and years, and then bam, it sprouts up, and then next thing you know, you're running uphill. It's like you've been running uphill this whole time, and then you reach the top, and then you're just running downhill, man. Like all the momentum is behind you, like every wind's all over the place. Like if you look at Warren Buffett's wealth chart, like, dude, he made the majority of his wealth in the last like 15 years or something like that. It's like literally, it's like ding, 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 wham!
Exactly.
Because of all those deposits you've been doing. So you've got to understand delayed gratification. You've got to get to mentor that you can trust, so that you're doing the right things day in and day out. You've got to go ahead.
Yeah, I'm a true 10X ambassador. Grant's my mentor, Uncle G.
I love that, man.
Yeah.
Are you in the group?
Yeah, I'm in the group.
Dude, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate you being in the group.
Hey, it's awesome, but like you were saying, because I just got in like 10 days ago, almost 2 weeks, and I know, like, just getting on Cardone U, and I'm like, wow, like, it's going to take some time, but I'm still taking my effort. I mean, putting in the effort. I'm still taking massive action.
Got to do the work. Yeah, got to do the work, man. Were you on the mastermind, the ambassador call this week?
Yeah, I love how you...
Dude, I took him to church, right?
Oh,
dude, I went in on him. I went in, if I say so myself.
It was great, man.
Good, man. Well, dude, I appreciate you being in the group. I appreciate you calling into the show. We've got boot camp coming up. If you hadn't been to that yet, dude, that'll set your world on fire. We've got a special deal for ambassadors. So if you email Natalie@grantcardone.com, if you're an ambassador, we got a stupid deal for you. And I guess if you're listening to this show right now, Young Hustlers, on today, what's the date? September 20th. If you email Natalie, we got a special deal for you too. So, dude, I appreciate you calling in, man. We'll see you next week.
Cool. Thank you. Appreciate it.
One more?
Yes, more.
All right, who we got next?
I got Booker in Texas.
Booker in Texas. Thank you for following the show. Thank you for taking the time to call in. We appreciate you. My man, Booker. What's happening?
Jared, what's going on, brother?
What's happening, man? What's good?
Man, good. Life is good. Well, the reason why I'm calling in, I called in earlier this week. Was going to send Grant something. I forgot to ask him what flavor of the product that he wanted. Is he on the show today?
No, he's not. Dude, send a variety pack.
Say again?
Send a variety pack.
See?
Yeah, you got to turn your computer down or whatever else is there. You good? All good. Offline. Variety pack, dude. Don't send one of anything ever. Don't do one of anything ever. Next caller, who we got?
Daniel in New York.
Damn, Daniel. Thanks for calling the show today. Daniel.
How are you?
What's up?
I'm doing well. I'm kind of scared, though, in a way.
Why is that?
Well, I have a net worth of $38,000. I just changed my vehicle, and I'm now going to be in construction sales. So I'm excited about that. But like you were saying, there is that delayed gratification. And now my income is gone down to start off. So I'm just trying to get into learning more about sales, marketing, accounting, finance, and try to set myself in the right path for success moving forward.
Yeah, man. So, coming into something new is always like, you always have a lot coming at you. You're trying to, if maybe learn something new about an industry, learn something new about the processes, how the company works, the people in the company, what the customer's problems are, what they're looking for, what are the things that get them excited, how do you shorten the sales cycle, what are the tricks to get them to pay more money, like all of those things happen. We really, if you look at a new salesperson with us, it's really and they work hard, 6 months before they actually start knowing what they're doing. And so what I would just tell you, Daniel, is that the more you invest up front, the more you invest up front, the quicker that process goes. So like we tell our new hires, look, this is the deal. It's Monday through Friday. We work from 9 to 6. We train from, basically you come in at 8:20 in the morning, and we train for probably an hour, including our meetings and everything that we have going. That is what's required. If you want to be over $150,000 in income in your first year, then what we've seen work in the past is, guys come in at 7:30 or 8 o'clock. They stay till 7:30 or so. They come in on the weekends. They're spending a few hours on Saturday working in the office, making calls. They're working from home when they go home after work. They're trying to accelerate the timeline to actually what do you call it? Acclimate, or really, what do you call it? Bringing it, groove in. Yeah, that's groove in. It's assimilate, I guess. Assimilate to the deal. So I would just say that the more you can do up front, the more you can practice this delayed gratification thing, the faster that whole process is going to go for you. So, you just got to figure out all the areas that you have to learn more, to do more, and then you'll get more faster. So I
appreciate it, Jared.
I hope that helps, man. Yeah, it's because it was good advice. Oh, damn, Daniel. So look, 5 things. 4 things. 4th thing. Number 1, delayed gratification. Number 2, find a trusted mentor. Number 3, ignore what everybody else is doing. If you're going on social media, go on there to be productive. Go on there to post something that's going to promote you, your company, your service, or what you guys are doing. Don't get caught into looking at what everybody else has going on. And then number 4, you have to develop your skill. You got to get the development going at another level. You've got to become better at what you do. If Johnny just showed up every day and did the same thing, he pointed the camera, he pushed record, and didn't improve his skills, he didn't become more valuable to the company, at some point, he becomes less valuable to the company because he's only doing one thing, the same thing that he always does. So if you want to move up, you've got to bring more to the table. I didn't bring a whole lot to the table when I first started here. I had never really made cold calls before to this degree. I didn't have a lot of experience about the product we were selling. I knew a little bit about the industry we were selling to, but it was a full-on development of myself. It was being committed. It was working, 10 or 12 hours a day, and then it was going home, getting a quick workout in, and then coming back after work, going home and studying the product, studying the industry, learning Grant's products more, doing everything that I could while I had time in the day before I was sleeping to improve my understanding of what I was doing or how I could do it better. So there's 4 things. A lot of these are mindset things that you just need to move yourself into. Because the good life is easy to live, but it's hard to get. You can have it if you start by doing these simple things. Delayed gratification, find a mentor, keep the blinders on, ignore what everybody else is doing, where they're going, the lifestyle they live, focus on what you want, what's important to you, and then develop your skills. because that is what pays the bills. Sign up for our ambassador program if you want us to coach you along the way here. If you want to get better, there's a couple options. That's it. Number one, you could do nothing and just stay where you're at. Number two, you can go at it alone, which I promise you is longer, it's harder, and it's more painful. Or number three, you can get it done faster by doing it with us. So if you go to grantcardone.com/ambassador, we will get you where you want to go faster. I promise you. We've got 13 weeks in the program. We're doing live coaching every week, support, accountability, and we're getting you connected with a network of people that will help you, support you, be positive, reinforce what you're doing, and encourage you to do better. And then second, Grant Cardone's 10X Growth Conference 3, February 2019 here in Miami. We have some crazy announcements that we're coming up with over the next couple weeks. I've got a complete, Grant kind of gave me the reins to put together a strategy to promote and basically sell out the event. There will be the lineup will be a lineup that you won't have seen or been able to even get close to anywhere else. And we're bringing in artists to perform. I mean, it's going to be crazy. And I'm telling you, buy tickets sooner than later because we're putting a plan in place where they're going to go up. It's only going to get more expensive. You may be used to like, hey, I'll just wait till the end and buy because I know they're going to be a deal. We're going to sell this out 2 months before the event. So get your tickets now. 10xgrowthcon.com, grantcardone.com/ambassadors. And we'll see you back next week here on the Cardone Zone. Remember, the only people that give up on the hustle are the ones who've already given up on the hustle. That didn't come out right.
You cannot go higher unless you educate yourself. So I would say to you from all over the world, come to the next 10X conference.
I think this is the place to get the tools, the training, all the resources you need. And I think for those who don't 10X, by this time next year, you just didn't try hard enough.
One, you need motivation. So getting around people in a different vibe lifts you up. But even more importantly than that, you can make lasting contacts. Every conference I've ever gone to, I try to get one phone number, one person that'll change my life.
Come to this event. You should be here. Everything is set up in your favor. It's like I'm having the right conversations, I'm meeting the right people. It's opportunities all in one spot.
I've never been to an event with this many powerful speakers in one room, so I benefit from the energy, I benefit from the learning, and I believe in what we're doing here.
I'm here at 10X. You know, I just got off the stage with Grant. I can't believe how powerful he is. You know, when I speak to him myself like that, he gets me excited and he makes me a better and stronger shark. I'm always going to be here. I'll see you next year. I can't even wait for next year.
I've doubled my business in the first probably 2 months of the program.
Before the program, I was struggling to find leads and really build my network marketing business. Now, since being in the program, I'm number 16 right now on the leaderboard in my company with hundreds of thousands of promoters.
Hey, welcome to our Friday mentoring show. Welcome. Jared Glant here. Good to have you guys here. We got a bunch of people joining us around the world.
98% of you said that you'd do the group again. Would you do the group again?
You guys need to be here at the next GrowthCon and take advantage of the mentor group. Just an amazing, life-changing experience.
The big thing about this group I want to tell everybody is the people I've met. I've expanded my network so far already, I can't even explain to you I was in this little shell.